And definitely got it prepped to do what I'm about to do. I'm gonna try to keep it straight. Yeah, look at that. My flat iron still in the box. I got the Remington 1-inch, and it claims to be comparable to the Chi. So yeah, because I wasn't trying to spend hundreds of dollars on a flat iron that I'm only going to use a couple times, you know what I mean? So I figured I didn't want to go too cheap, because, you know, there's some things you got to invest in, and one thing for me is my hair. You know, you got to really be careful what you decide to go cheap on and what you don't. And something like this I don't think is the place to do it. And this time I'm going to use my heat protectant. And this is the Motions brand. I bought this a while back. Haven't used it in a while, and I haven't used it with a flat iron either. But it's made for that. Okay, well, I'm all done. Took about a little over 2 hours. But what I didn't do was blow dry my hair first. I started to, and even before I even finished the first section, I was like, well, my hair is already bone dry, because I did the, you know, the detangling the night before. So I was like, does it make sense to spritz on the heat protectant, which kind of wets it down, blow dry it, and then turn around and throw flat iron heat on it, which would probably mean I'd have to spritz it again, because the blow dryer, not that I would have used high heat, but you know what I mean, and that would just put an extra step. So I nixed it, and the heat protectant kind of just woke the hair up. And as you saw, I had it in those kind of crude twists, and honestly, you know, I didn't even use the two sections of the twist separately. I just smoothed it all together in one big chunk section. Now, you know, I have a lot of hair, so that was a pretty big section. And as long as I could get my brush through it to hold it taut, that's the big section that I used. And I kept the flat iron on 360, which is the low end of the medium heat. I didn't see the need to raise it any more than that. I thought that was a good middle ground to start with, to see how my hair would react. And as you can see, it did pretty well for, you know, what I did. I, you know, got as close as I didn't really try to, you know, get every little hair next to the scalp. Because let's face it, I mean, over the next couple of days, you know, I mean, it's summertime, I'm gonna sweat, so, you know, the chances of my roots staying straight is really not gonna happen, so why fight it, right? I don't want to brush it too much. I don't want to over stress it, but yep. And I didn't get nervous this time. I don't know. I guess maybe it was just time, you know. I mean, it's been years, really, since I put that kind of heat in my hair. I remember my last perm, when I put my hair up in a ponytail. This was about how thick it was. No joke. So that means I had lost 50% of my hair due to breakage. But, you know, I have so much that, you know, I could get away with it without it really being, you know, that obvious. Nobody really expects you to have this much hair. Well, that's it. Peace. Oh, forgot one thing. I also trimmed my hair. Not in this state. I trimmed it last night as I was detangling when it was still coily. I think that was a big problem of why, well, I know it is, of why I was getting so many tangles, especially, you know, as I got to the end and it got, you know, a little more cumbersome. But I think I did a decent job. I mean, I didn't trim that much. I just got the stuff that was like really hanging off. I mean, it got really humid after that. I swear to God, every time I flat iron my hair, it either rains or gets extremely humid all of a sudden. If when your hair gets like that, you don't want to brush it, you don't want to comb it, you don't want to overstimulate it, because all that's going to do is break your ends off. Now that was super easy because, you know, the hair was, you know, really stretched out already. I just had to take my time in separating because, you know, the ends were having a meeting and I had to break up the party. But once I did that and smooth the cantu through, I was able to run my wide tooth comb through, you know, pretty easily and get the shed hair out, you know, again, because I hadn't manipulated my hair in a few days. And as you can see, no coils were harmed in the process of flat ironing my hair, or doing it twice, in fact. And then I guess tomorrow I'll go ahead and wash it. I guess the experiment is just to see, you know, what happens if you don't, you know, just wash it right away. What if you kind of go backwards and, you know, apply a leave-in as if it's, you know, washed, and while it's in that stretched state, go ahead and detangle. I mean, it's only been 10 days, so technically it's when I would wash it anyway. Oh my God. Wow. I feel like Bozo.